Just when Sister Wives fans thought they'd seen it all from Kody Brown, the controversial patriarch has found yet another way to leave audiences stunned, this time with his so-called natural chemistry. In a jaw-dropping revelation, Kody reportedly hinted that his own body odor plays a role in how he flirts with his only remaining wife, Robyn Brown. What began as a strange comment during an offhand conversation has spiraled into one of the most bizarre discussions in Sister Wives history, with fans calling it everything from gross to desperate. Viewers are now left wondering if Kody has officially lost touch with reality, or if this unconventional approach is part of his ongoing attempt to keep Robyn's affection alive as his world continues to crumble around him. In the ever-evolving drama of Sister Wives, Kody Brown has once again managed to shock both fans and critics with a statement so bizarre it almost feels like satire. The man who once built an empire on the ideals of faith, family, and polygamy has now found himself the center of ridicule for an entirely new reason. During what appeared to be an offhand comment in a recent behind-the-scenes conversation, Kody allegedly claimed that his natural, manly musk is what keeps Robyn Brown, his last remaining wife, hooked on him. The claim instantly set social media ablaze, with fans saying it was proof that Kody's ego has reached a level even his own hair couldn't compete with. The remark, which reportedly came up during a lighthearted conversation about attraction and chemistry, took an unexpected turn when Kody said something along the lines of, "You can't make this up, it's just pheromones. Robyn's crazy about me because of my natural scent." What might have been an attempt at humor quickly turned into an internet phenomenon. Within hours, Sister Wives fans were flooding social media with memes, jokes, and sarcastic commentary about Kody's supposed powerful musk. Some fans joked that maybe his cologne should be called Eau de Entitlement, while others wondered if Robyn's tears were the secret ingredient. To understand how this small remark spiraled into yet another storm of controversy, one has to look at the complicated dynamic between Kody and Robyn. Once seen as the romantic centerpiece of Sister Wives, their relationship has, over time, become a symbol of imbalance and favoritism. Kody's deep attachment to Robyn has often been blamed for the downfall of his plural family, and this latest musk comment has done little to help his image. Fans who once sympathized with him now see his behavior as narcissistic, self-indulgent, and completely out of touch with reality. Christine, Janelle, and Miri, the wives who have all since left him, have each hinted in various ways that Kody's priorities shifted dramatically once Robyn came into the picture. Christine, in particular, has been vocal about how she felt unseen and unloved during the years when Robyn seemed to dominate Kody's emotional world. For many viewers, Kody's bizarre claim about his natural scent seems to perfectly encapsulate that same tunnel vision, his inability to see beyond himself. The topic of attraction has always been sensitive within the Brown household. Over the years, viewers watched as intimacy became a point of tension between Kody and his wives. Christine famously confessed that her marriage had become sexless long before she decided to leave, while Janelle spoke candidly about how emotional neglect led her to feel independent rather than cherished. Miri's story, too, is one of heartbreak and alienation, with Kody himself admitting on camera that he no longer felt romantic toward her. Against this backdrop, Kody's newfound pride in his so-called manly scent feels almost absurdly tone-deaf, as though he's boasting about a gift that none of his other wives were ever allowed to enjoy. The reaction from fans was swift and merciless. Reddit threads lit up with comments mocking Kody's self-perception. "Imagine thinking your body odor is the glue holding your marriage together," one user quipped. Others joked that maybe Robyn's constant crying might actually be her body's natural defense mechanism. Even longtime viewers who once defended Kody against accusations of favoritism found the claim hard to stomach. "He's out here comparing himself to a cologne commercial while his family's in ruins," another fan wrote, summing up the collective disbelief. Still, those familiar with Kody's personality weren't entirely surprised. His tendency to turn everything from emotional conflict to family breakdowns into a reflection of his own experience has long been a feature of Sister Wives. In recent seasons, Kody's self-awareness seems to have vanished completely, replaced by a kind of unshakable confidence in his own narrative.
When he talks about being misunderstood, betrayed, or unfairly portrayed, it's always framed through a lens of martyrdom. Now, even his supposed Musk has become part of that story, the final piece of his myth about being irresistible to the one woman who stuck by him.
For Robyn, this latest claim adds yet another layer of awkwardness to an already complicated reputation. She has often been portrayed as Kody's favorite wife, the one who won him, though many fans believe she was simply more willing to play by his rules. Robyn herself has expressed regret over how things turned out, insisting that she never wanted to be the reason the family fell apart. But her teary interviews and constant pleas for sympathy have done little to convince viewers that she isn't, at least in part, complicit in the emotional hierarchy Kody built. Now, with Kody's Musk comment making the rounds, Robyn has become an unwilling participant in a public joke she can't easily escape. Insiders close to the Brown family say that Kody and Robyn have grown increasingly isolated since the other wives left. Their social circle has reportedly shrunk, and the once bustling family gatherings are now replaced by a quieter, more insular life. Kody, who used to thrive on being the patriarch of a large, dynamic household, seems to have doubled down on his connection to Robyn as a way of preserving what's left of his identity. That's why, to some fans, his claim about his natural allure feels like more than just arrogance. It's desperation. In his mind, being the alpha in his relationship with Robyn validates him in a way that the rejection of his other wives never could. Over the years, Kody has made numerous statements about masculinity and leadership that reveal a deep insecurity beneath his bravado. From his frustrations over losing authority within his family to his anger about being disrespected by his ex-wives, Kody has often equated love with control. So when he now attributes Robyn's affection to something as primal as his manly musk, it feels like a regression, a way of reclaiming power through biology rather than emotional connection. He's essentially rewriting his relationship as one driven by raw, natural chemistry, rather than acknowledging the emotional and psychological complexities that truly define it. This pattern is not new for Kody. His public persona has long oscillated between victim and hero, often depending on how much sympathy he wants to elicit from the audience. In one episode, he'll be sobbing about betrayal. In another, he'll be boasting about how he's the only one who really tried to hold the family together. The Musk moment fits neatly into that pattern. Ridiculous, yet perfectly on brand for a man who once said his wives didn't understand his vision. As laughter continues to ripple through the Sister Wives fandom, many can't help but point out the irony of the situation. Kody, once a man with 4 devoted partners and a sprawling household, now finds himself clinging to the idea that his body odor is what makes him irresistible. The symbolism is hard to ignore. His former wives moved on to emotional clarity, self-empowerment, and even romance, while Kody remains fixated on proving his dominance in the only relationship he has left. Christine, now happily remarried, has spoken about rediscovering real intimacy and emotional connection, something she says was missing in her marriage to Kody. Janelle, too, has emphasized her newfound independence, focusing on her business ventures and personal growth. Even Mary, after years of heartache, has started to redefine herself outside of the Brown family. Meanwhile, Kody and Robyn appear stuck in a strange loop of codependency and nostalgia, where even something as mundane as body scent becomes a metaphor for loyalty and control. The comment also reignited discussions about Kody's hygiene habits, an oddly recurring theme in fan discussions. Over the years, some viewers have speculated that Kody's rugged lifestyle and outdoor preferences may not always align with modern grooming standards. Now, with him openly praising his own scent, fans have turned those old jokes into fresh fuel. Twitter exploded with parody perfume ads featuring Kody's face, with taglines like "Musk" by Kody, "The scent of singular devotion," and "Because monogamy smells better." Behind the laughter, however, lies a darker undercurrent.
Cody's belief that his natural masculinity is what binds Robyn to him points to a deeper misunderstanding of love and partnership. It suggests that he sees affection as something that can be chemically or instinctively enforced, rather than nurtured through empathy and respect. It's the same mindset that arguably drove his other marriages to collapse, a belief that he could command love rather than earn it.
For years, Sister Wives gave viewers an inside look at how Kody's leadership style clashed with the evolving identities of his wives. As the women began asserting their independence and questioning the dynamics that kept them emotionally suppressed, Kody seemed increasingly threatened. His inability to adapt to a more equal model of love and partnership ultimately alienated the women who once trusted him. Now, his remarks about his musk only reinforce the idea that he still views relationships in primal, hierarchical terms. Even within his remaining marriage, cracks are visible. Though Robyn has stayed by his side, there have been numerous moments on the show where she appeared emotionally drained, frustrated, or conflicted. Her teary confessions about missing the plural family structure have been interpreted by some as subtle admissions of regret. While she remains loyal to Kody, it's unclear whether her attachment stems from genuine devotion or from fear of losing the last semblance of family unity she knows. As for Kody, he seems determined to maintain control of the narrative. In interviews, he often portrays himself as misunderstood, the man who gave everything and received only betrayal in return. Yet, the more he talks, the more disconnected from reality he appears. His insistence on his alpha energy, masculine presence, and now his manly scent makes him sound less like a spiritual leader and more like a caricature of one. The phrase, "you can't make this up," may have been said in jest, but for many fans, it perfectly sums up Kody's descent into self-parody. The man who once preached about divine purpose and family values is now bragging about pheromones. The husband who once prided himself on managing 4 relationships with care is now down to 1, boasting about body chemistry while ignoring emotional connection. In the end, this bizarre saga about Kody's manly musk is more than just a funny headline. It's a mirror reflecting the strange, tragic transformation of a man who once had it all. What began as a spiritual experiment in love and faith has devolved into a soap opera of ego, control, and delusion. While fans laugh at his antics, there's an undeniable sadness beneath the humor. Kody Brown, once the proud patriarch of a sprawling family, is now clinging to the idea that his scent, not his character, not his kindness, not his leadership, is what keeps him loved. Perhaps the most telling part of all this is how Kody himself seems unaware of the irony. He doesn't seem to realize that in boasting about something so superficial, he's inadvertently revealed just how hollow his remaining relationship has become. Love built on loyalty, respect, and shared values can weather any storm, but love built on ego and pheromones is destined to fade. And yet, in the strange universe of Sister Wives, maybe that's the perfect ending. Kody Brown's legacy may not be about faith or family after all, but about how a man once celebrated for his vision ended up defining his worth by his own body odor. You really can't make this up. When Sister Wives first graced television screens, it promised to challenge every preconceived notion about love, marriage, and family. At the center of it all stood Kody Brown, a man who proudly proclaimed his devotion to plural marriage as both a spiritual calling and a lifestyle of choice. With Mary, Janelle, and Christine by his side, Kody appeared to be living the idealized version of the principle he had long preached. But then came Robyn Brown, the woman whose arrival would unravel everything. Her entry into the family didn't just bring a new wife into the mix, it altered the emotional chemistry, faith foundation, and ultimately the very identity of the man who led the family. Robyn didn't raise her voice, didn't wage open rebellion, and didn't demand power in overt ways. Instead, she did something far more impactful. She conquered quietly. The woman who once seemed like just another branch in the Brown family tree became the one who changed it all from within. Robyn's first appearance on Sister Wives was painted with innocence and hope. She was soft-spoken, almost nervous as she entered the complex world of Kody's existing marriages. Fans saw a woman who seemed eager to fit in, respectful of the other wives, and grateful for her new family. Yet beneath her politeness and gentle nature, there was a subtle force that would soon redirect the entire course of Kody Brown's life. From their earliest interactions, Kody's energy around Robyn was different. His eyes softened when she spoke, his tone warmed, and he began to laugh with an ease that hadn't been seen before. It was the kind of chemistry that didn't need words, the connection that quietly announces itself without fanfare. While the other wives worked tirelessly to maintain unity, Kody and Robyn built a bond that existed almost in its own world. As time unfolded, the dynamics of the family began to shift. The public saw it, the other wives felt it, and even Kody himself seemed unable to hide it. Before Robyn, Kody was a man who balanced 4 households with religious precision. His life revolved around equality, or at least the appearance of it. But after Robyn, balance turned into bias. Kody's attention gravitated more and more toward her, and his reasoning often followed her emotional cues. Fans began to notice that what Robyn felt, Kody said; what Robyn feared, Kody fought. Slowly, the woman once portrayed as the soft newcomer began to emerge as the emotional anchor, and, to some, the silent ruler of Kody's world. Those who watched the show from the start remember how different Kody once was. He was fiery, passionate about his faith, confident in his leadership, and proud of his ability to maintain harmony among multiple wives. But Robyn's presence brought something new to his life: vulnerability. He became more reflective, more emotional, and at times more defensive. His language shifted from the collective we of a family to the protective I of a husband guarding one wife. It was as if Kody's plural marriage ideals were dissolving before everyone's eyes, and the catalyst was Robyn's quiet influence. She never demanded his full attention. She simply became the person who understood him most deeply. Christine Brown, in one of her most emotional moments, described the heartbreaking realization that Kody's heart was no longer shared equally. She could feel it, she said, in the way he looked at Robyn,